What's going on, fellas? You know who it is. It's your good friend Eric. Forgive me, I'm just, making myself look presentable on camera. Anyhow, let me get to it. This is actually an addition, an add-on to the xanga entry. Talking about perseverance. In particular, Book of James, chapter 1. It talks about, how to get through. It doesn't talk about how to get through tough times, but it talks about what to expect. It tells us that it's gonna be hard, and there's gonna be times when you feel like just breaking down, like you basically do break down, and it just tells you it's a message of hope and to keep step, to keep your faith. And it's a good one. You might have heard this one. It's the Book of James chapter 1. But I'm reminded of these words that I wrote because it relates to this, the whole subject. So let me spit it real quick and I'm out. They say that pain is the name of the game, and if you want to survive through this life, then get used to the change that be coming like the rain down, straight without notice. And I pray to God to help us through without losing focus, cause when it's gone, the prize dies with it. And we had our eyes set on for quite some time now. It hurts just to think that, yes, we once had it, only to see it get away, but that's okay, cause in time we see that there's more where that came from. The life on earth means more than just reruns, routines and rituals are making the same mistakes every time it comes up. That's what it takes. I guess James is on to something when he wrote in his book that we gotta persevere so we can mature and be complete, having all we need from our strife. And it's right there inside this meaning of life. Let me say a few words. I was listening to this pastor the other day on the internet, audio service. He was talking about how we shouldn't be despising our faith. Like, in other words, let me give my 2 cents about it, my add-on to it. It's like, for if you're like me, and I know there's a lot of us, actually, I'll just say all of us. I don't care who you are, what you are, all of us, times get real tough, real quick sometimes, and no one ever told us how to deal with things, you climb up the ladder of life, right? Let's call it age. Actually, they do call it age. You climb up this ladder of life, and there's certain things that you're not used to, and you have to adjust, and you have to make certain choices, make certain decisions that, just comes with the times, and sometimes real rough, and when things be like showering down at you, like the rain coming down straight without notice, it's like you're caught off guard, and sometimes you might start despising the faith, your faith, and it's a mistake. You can't do that, because I know how it feels to be angry and frustrated, and I know I'm not alone, and when you feel like that, we open ourselves to be very vulnerable to the devil, because that's exactly what he wants. He wants us to be weak and feeling pain and feeling helpless, because that's when he makes his next move, and I think the Book of James chapter 1, I tend to always go back to it because, it's ever changing, I always get something new out of it, and it keeps reminding me that, it's not only when I read it, not only is it about what I'm going through, it reminds me that there's others just like me, like you, but that's what the message was, don't ever despise your faith, because that's exactly what the devil wants. And if you don't believe in the devil, hey, that's something else. Maybe I'll write about it in another entry one time. But let me close up. Sunday night. Hope y'all have a good week, and I'll see y'all soon, alright? Keeping the God first, always.